often don't expect people to remember, details. I don't always remember details of other people's lives when I tell a story, and then it's, 2 months later and we're talking again, and you've always remembered the details. You always remember to ask a question about X, whatever it is that I've done, that I was talking about doing. And sometimes I don't even remember the reference you're asking me about. Like, you're more attentive to my life sometimes than I am, I feel. but I love that about you. I love that about you. And Janet's loss has been a horrible thing, but for me, I know, and for other people, she really taught us a lot about how to die, but you've taught me a lot about how to live.
So when my son Lev was in middle school, out of nowhere, Bob just invited the two of us to come with him to the Exploratorium. And and not like Lev hadn't been at the Exploratorium many times before, but I jumped at the opportunity, and Lev seeing me jump decided, well, this must be worthwhile. Yeah. It's very nice to have a child who thinks that when a parent jumps to something, it might be worthwhile. I don't underrate that. But the reason was because I just wanted Lev to have the experience of having a day where he could be, with Bob and Bob's milieu. And I was so grateful that he got to get a taste of Bob's special spirit. And I felt like even though he hadn't grown up, that Bob wasn't one of Lev's significant non-parental adults, that it was like really necessary that Lev get a good taste of Bob for his education for being a man. So, I still remember that day now. It's 8 or 9 years later, and so does Lev. So, thank you for being a role model for what it means to be a mensch.
I want you to take me to the
Send the sign-up sheet in.
I don't want to go on that trip.
A Kigila benefit. There you go. Sure. Exploratorium with Bob Osserman. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell 2 anecdotes just because they come to my mind right now. And they're not why I love you. I love you because of your heart and your being and our common experiences. But these 2 anecdotes come to my mind. And one of them was one of the last conversations where I was over at your house, and I was all excited about the plagues and how maybe they were part of the mythic memory of Egypt, because there was, I don't know, some Greek island, and he names the island. There was a huge volcano some year, and he names the year. That's another one anecdote. The second anecdote is we had a fabulous, wonderful opportunity to go away with dear friends to Sea Ranch for a weekend one time, and I'm a big player of games, and I can never get my friends to play games with me, but I was determined, and I brought bananagrams with me, and there's a form of bananagrams, so it's kind of like anagrams. You have the same letters, and you go around using the same letters to make words, and then you compare if you're competitive. And so, this is a lesson. So, I'm mildly good at it. Janet, who never plays a game in her life, her learning curve is like this. Bob's, like you make kind of 7-letter words, and then if you're really good, you make an 8-letter word, and then once in a while you get a 9-letter word. Bob's words were 10 letters, then 11-letter word, that was all the letters, and then the next thing was 12 letters. It was humbling.
For a non-competitive
person like me. But it was only one facet of why I adore and love you. And I'm going to read this thing because it fell in front of me just now, and it has to do with stars. We lay there and look up at the night sky, and he told me about stars called blue squares and red swirls, and I told him I'd never heard of them. Of course not, he said. The really important stuff, they never tell you. You have to imagine it on your own. I love you.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he doesn't know Welsh all that well, or his words would be even longer.
Only more consonants.
No vowels.
The French Welsh thing, somebody went, they split the alphabet, and the French took the vowels, and the Welsh took the consonants.